Well, we are heading into the busy season for a lot of home contractors, and Jamie Breneman with Chattanooga Exteriors is here to tell us what we need to know. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. How
Thanks
you doing?
for joining us. Doing well. All right, so we were just talking that it is beginning the busy season for you. You know, a lot of consults, a lot of in-office meetings. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so right now is a busy time. Everybody's planning their project for what they want to do in the spring when the weather, clears up. We stay busy, year round, and most construction is really busy right now. So there's some things that you need to look at when you're planning your project.
All right, so what do we need to know? I know we kind of highlighted this as the top things to know when selecting a contractor, and of course, whether that's you or someone else, you want us to be informed.
Yeah, so the main thing is you want to ask your friends, ask your neighbors, who they've used, what projects they've done for them, things like that. Another thing is make sure they're licensed and insured. You can go on to the Tennessee website and check that out if it's in Tennessee or Georgia or Alabama, whichever ones you may select. The other things that you want to look at is make sure if you're planning a siding project, make sure they're specialized in siding. Because a lot of people do a whole lot of stuff, right. But if you're specializing in something, make sure that that contractor is specialized in that project. Some other things that you may want to look at is look at the Better Business Bureau. Check with your Home Builders Association. Make sure that they're members. Make sure they have a good track record. There's a lot of people out there that there's no record of them whatsoever, and then people hire them and then they don't show up, and then you hear all these horror stories and they take their money and they wonder, just do your homework. Take the 30 minutes, an hour to do your homework, and you'll be a lot pleased in the end.
Well, I was going to say, what are some of those risks? I mean, there may be someone who you get a couple referrals from, my friend's cousin, could do this job for you. You should check them out. But, maybe they're not licensed or you don't know a lot about them. What are some of those risks that you run with hiring someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, the other day, we meet with, people all the time. I met with 2 people yesterday. One of them had a bad experience with, they took their money. They, had to go fight with them in court. And so their money was held up and their project was held up. And so over a year's time, they finally got their money back, but they wasted a year and all this headache and anxiety and stress. Right. That was not really, they would have done the homework to find out this guy had done this before in the past. He wasn't licensed, he wasn't insured. So just, and the reason I'm doing this is just to make sure that everybody's protected and make sure they make good, wise decisions.
And it's so easy now with all of our online resources to kind of check someone's reviews in their history. Do you have some favorite resources online? Yeah,
I mean, the best one is, look at Facebook. You can look out there on that. You can look out there for Angie's List, Better Business Bureau. There's quite a few of them out there. There's almost too many now, and I think some of those are getting smaller and smaller. And so the big thing is just I would always ask my friends and family and people that I trust or the neighbors that, hey, they just had the same project done to their house. Let's check with them, make sure they were happy. Okay,
so we've narrowed our list down. We have, we're going to talk to you and maybe one other person. We have the consult set. Yep. As a homeowner and with the project in my mind, what do I need to be prepared with and for?
Yeah, so the big thing is you want to have your project sort of detailed in writing. So I always tell people is, hey, have a clear vision of what this project is. If it's siding only, if it's siding and windows, here's the things that I want. Here's the things I want to achieve, and here's my expectations. And so you have that in writing. So when you meet with, with 2 or 3 different contractors, make sure you plan that out and discuss that with each and every one of them. Don't give it to one and not give it to the other. Just have it clearly written out in writing, and that way it's out there and the expectations can be met.
And being the professional that you are and the professional that we need to look for, you're going to return us a proposal that has all of that information in it, correct?
Yes, yes. So the main thing is make sure everything is in writing. So never go by, you know, hey, I wrote it on a piece of paper and most of it's verbal. Make sure everything is in writing. If it's not, if you don't have something that you want written down on that proposal, ask the contractor to write it down in that proposal. It's so much easier to get everything in writing on the beginning. And then also, you know, enter a contract with somebody. Don't, I would advise you not to do it on a handshake. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, I trust him, I do this. It's so much, there's so much accountability there when you enter a contract.
And we're just protecting ourselves that way.
Yeah, it's both sides are protected. You know, so, you know, in most contracts, it's, hey, there's things that protect the contractor and things that protect the homeowner. So it's you enter into an agreement and it's a win-win agreement.
All right, how do we get started with you? I know you have a fantastic showroom, so maybe if we don't know exactly what we want to do, we can swing by.
Yeah, so you can swing by at 179 Ham Road. We're over on the North Shore, or you can reach out to us online at ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us at 805-3800. All
right, perfect. So if you are ready to start that project for your new deck, maybe some new siding, new doors, new windows, whatever you need, we can give you a call and get started with that consultation. Jamie, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
We'll see you next time on The Deck.